What is up, YouTube? Ruben here, and today I'm going to show you guys the Compaq DeskPro ENS C500. This is actually a lower end variant of the Compaq DeskPro EN, and they have at least either 32 or 64 megabytes of RAM, and at least either 3.2 or 6.4 gig hard drive. So that's how they use the ENS line. And they also use a laptop optical drive, which is IDE. So let's go ahead and get started. So on the front we got a floppy drive, the CD-ROM drive, the power button, the hard drive, the power and hard drive indicator, which the power button has the power indicator, and you're not limited to microphone and headphone jacks. And right here you have the Windows 98 and Windows 2098 and Celeron stickers. So let's go ahead and get to the back. On the back we got VGA, 2 PS2 ports, 1 keyboard, 1 mouse, one of them being used for the Dell keyboard, serial port, Ethernet, parallel, 2 USB 1.1 ports, both of which we are using for mouse and the USB hub, temporarily anyway. You only have a line out port and another serial port along with that power supply. So there you go. I'm gonna stop the video and I'll be back. So this is the PCI riser card, which has 2 PCI 32-bit slots and 1 ISA slot. So those are one of these computers that have an ISA slot. And right here you got the power supply, which I'm going to guess is going to be 200 watts. Right here is our floppy drive. Hard drive, which is the 40 gig. I just shoved that in there. There's our laptop optical drive and all that material here. The chipset is right here, that Intel 810 chipset. And way under where the floppy drive is going to be the RAM. Not going to do an in-depth upgrade guide or going deeply into the system. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and I'm going to tell you guys the specs. Alright, it's time for the specs. So this one has, I can't remember the speed anymore, but I know it's an Intel Celeron. I'll put the speed up in the annotation here if you know what this processor is when I check it. But it has an Intel Celeron. My guess is will be at least I believe 700 megahertz or something like that, or maybe something lower than that. It has 128 megabytes of RAM. You should have 64 megabytes in this system. And it has a 40 gig hard drive. You should have at least a 6.4 gig hard drive as the original. And has Windows 2000 Professional Service Pack 3 32-bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to power up, so I'll be back. Okay, I am ready to power up the system. I need to turn on the Compaq TV first, which is already set to VGA. Wait for that to show up. And I'm going to turn the computer on. I should have said smoke test, but not for this time. Now, time and date is not set. Well, it is a rechargeable CMOS battery. Looks like you got a keyboard error. Well, the keyboard actually worked. Time and date not set, keyboard error. Oh, because we are using a Dell keyboard instead of a Compaq keyboard. English. Okay, it's a 500 megahertz processor. Again, it's an Intel Celeron 500 megahertz, so yeah. I think I was wrong. I said 700 megahertz. I also said like 333. But this one has a 500 megahertz processor. Again, 128 megabytes of RAM. And a 40 gig hard drive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the time and date, so I'll be back. Okay, so we are booting into Windows. Now you hit F8. And I'm going to go to safe mode with command prompt. There's another way to set the time and date. I select Windows 2000. And it is running Windows 2000 Advanced Server. I think I said professional. It's actually running Advanced Server. I don't want to bore you guys sitting there, so I'll pause the video and see what happens. Okay, once you're in the command prompt, I'm going to type time. And we're going to enter the new time, which it says 7:49. No, it's not. It's actually 6:49. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. And I'm going to restart the computer, so I'll be back. Alright, once I set the time, I hit the power button to shut the computer down and restart by hitting the power button again. So now, let's enjoy Windows 2000. Turn the speaker on for startup. As you can see, it's running Windows 2000 Advanced Server. For some reason, the TV will not recognize the signal. And it looks like it's working. For some reason, the signal is not going to show up. Okay, I'm going to hit Control Delete, so I'm going to have two hands for this. So, I'll be back. Alright, I set the Control Delete method, so I'm going to hit Enter. The speakers on here are not even plugged in right. So, I'm going to right click Computer and hit Properties. As you can see, we are running Windows 2000 Advanced Server, Service Pack 3. I want to show you guys the hard drive space. As you can see, we are running a 40 gig hard. Oh, I take it back. It's actually a 20 gig hard drive. I thought it was a 40 gig, but it's actually a 20 gig that I put in there. Oh wait, I take it back. It's actually a 40 gig hard drive. I put a 20 gig partition, and then I put a various amount of space to give a total of 40 gigs. So yeah, it's a 40 gig hard drive. Never mind. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pause the video, and I'll be back. Okay, so I logged out from the computer. So let's try it again with the startup sound. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of programs here because there are not much to tell. So I'm going to run WordPad. There you go, it runs just fine. And you do it quick as possible. I'll do a character map. As you can see, it shows up just like that. See what else? Internet Explorer, hopefully. Okay, try again for fun reasons. As you can see, we are running. If I can go ahead and go to About Internet Explorer, we are running Internet Explorer 5, version 5.0, build 3502. Do you have anything else? Let's do a calculator. That's our final destination. Works just like that. So now it's time to conclude. So in conclusion, is it worth it? Probably not. Now, since 128 megabytes of RAM is not enough these days, there is no use for that. At least I temporarily put the system running on the TV or via the TV, but you're limited to going up to at least 512 megabytes or even 768 megabytes using PC 133. So no one uses PC 133 anymore, so here you go. Also, although this is going to be one interesting thing, the CMOS battery in the system is actually rechargeable. So when the CMOS battery is dead, it will recharge. But it's not going to last for much. I believe it's going to last for like probably 1 week after unplugging the system. And it's going to charge at least 2 or 3 days. So there you go, people. I'm going to go and shut down the computer. That's all I can say about this. So I'm going to stop the video. They shut the computer down and I'll be back. Alright, let's shut the computer down. So there you go, people. So thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon while you upload new videos. And follow me on Twitter at RubenAparicio17. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Ruben the Transit Fan. So, I'll see you next time.